All right, now that we got the makeup out of the way, let's get bloody. Hello everyone, this is Beauty by Brains, and today we're getting... So, happy October 1st. It is officially Halloween, and I will not hear anything about it not being Halloween. Yes, I am definitely that type of person that starts celebrating Halloween at the beginning of October. And so to kick it off, I wanted to do a sort of cosplay, Halloween-y type of look. So this look is based off of Letitia, who is a character on the HBO Max show Lovecraft Country, particularly in episode 2, where she does get into a little bit of trouble and gets bloody. So in the episode, she basically has her normal look with a white button-down shirt, and then gets bloody. So I figured the first half of this video I will be just doing her regular look, makeup based on what I could see from the way that they do her makeup, and then the second half will be the bloody part. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is my makeup. I have a reference picture of how she looks normally. So I'm going to try to kind of recreate that the best I can, and then we'll see how it goes. So basically it looks to me that she just does a regular beat with a red lip. She does do like a baby wing in some scenes. So I think the best way to do it is I'm just going to do my makeup as normal with like that in mind. So I'm taking I'm so sorry that I'm out of breath. I just got finished chasing my dog because originally she was up here with me, but she was like whining because she didn't want to be in the crate, and so I was like, all right, well, you can go downstairs, and here we are. So if you hear her whining, it's because she's mad now that she's downstairs by herself. But I'm taking my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and I'm going to just put that all over my face. Alright, then I'm going to take my Too Faced 24-Hour Shadow Insurance, and I'm just going to put that on my lids. Okay, now I'm going to color correct with my Cover FX. It's called the correct stick or something. I always try to have like what I'm using listed on the screen. I find that it's a lot easier to read and to figure out like when you see in real time what I'm using versus like having to go down, scroll down to the info and like, figure it out at the end. Not only judging people that do that, obviously, like, you know, it's kind of like whatever works for you, but I find that's easier for me. Now I'm going to go into my NARS Barcelona foundation. It's NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in the shade Barcelona. Wow. So I tend to think that Letitia and her actress, I think the actress's name is Julianne or Juliana. I'll write it down because I don't like pronouncing names wrong if I can help it, and I think it'll be much easier for you to just see her name as opposed to me pronouncing it. But I tend to think, I know that she is considered light skinned in the Black community like I am, but I tend to think that she is darker than I am. That's my belief or take on the situation. I think that she's just a bit darker than me. Other people can disagree. I tend to think that I'm lighter. I tend to think that I'm lighter than I actually am, and that's because when you hang out with these beautiful dark ebony goddesses all the time, which I do, I basically come out looking like a piece of paper next to them. And so I always consider myself lighter than I actually am, because if you compare me to these beautiful chocolate goddesses, I'm really, really light. But if you compare me to, anyone, if you compare me to, like, my white friends and stuff, I look really dark. So I think it's just it's just perception at this point. So yeah, so that's the foundation. Now I'm going to go into concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution C9 concealer. So my take on her everyday makeup is a kind of 1950s mixed with like the 2000s type of vibe. So, like, I was looking at the reference picture, and I was looking at a couple of other pictures of her. I've just been searching for her like all week, and one thing that I found is that there is a little bit of like brightness in her T-zone and then darkness around, which is reflective of sort of our modern way of doing makeup with, a highlighted T-zone and then a darkness around. So that's why I'm kind of doing my makeup this way instead of what would be for the times. I feel like the show takes place in the like 50s, like late 50s, early 60s, because the main character, Atticus, has just come back from the Korean War, and it's definitely before the start of the civil rights movement. They kind of hint at Martin Luther King in the show and everything, but he has not come to prominence yet. So that makes me feel like it's the late 50s, early 60s is when this is going on. And so instead of copying kind of, makeup techniques from that day, I don't think that like the actresses, makeup artists follow that given her makeup in the show. So that's why I'm kind of using more new age techniques if you want. If anybody is like a makeup historian and knows like, oh no, they did highlight or they did contour, they did do this or they didn't do that and stuff like that, feel free to drop it down below. I'm honestly just doing the best that I can with what I have. This is the Mercier Secret Under Eye Brightening powder. Excuse me, I just inhaled so much powder. And now I'm going to take the Mercier translucent powder and just go all over my face with that. Okay, so from my reference picture, it doesn't look like she contours, but it does look like they did bronze her a bit. So I'm going to take my Physicians Formula bronzer and just do my regular bronze routine. I wish I had my Fenty one. My Fenty one is a little bit darker. And I feel like there is a real contrast between like her bronze parts and her not bronze parts, if that makes sense. But so I'm gonna go into blush, and her blush is like very rosy. So I think what I'm gonna do is, because this is the darkest blush that I have, is Breathtaking, the one that I use. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put on more than I normally would in order for that rosiness to really kind of come out. Yeah, I'm not the biggest blush fan, so just bear with me. Okay, now I'm going to do my brows, so just checking my reference picture. Her eyebrows are very, like, natural. They're not crazy sculpted or anything, so I'm just going to do just fill in my brows. Just like that, like nothing too crazy. Okay, so she doesn't really have any like eyeshadow, like a look or anything like that on her eyes. It really is just kind of like, it's supposed to give the illusion of her bare eye with just a thing of eyeliner on. But I do know that most makeup artists do put something on the eyelid, honestly, to just keep the eyeliner in place. So I'm going to go into my Jacklyn Hill 1 palette, and I'm going to go into the, where is it? Yep, I'm going to go into the shade Silk Cream right here, and I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid just as a base to kind of keep everything in line, stop the foundation from creasing or anything. And like, as you can see, it basically is my skin tone. So I'm just kind of, it's kind of like setting your eyes. Like, you know, you guys can barely see it. Like, I do promise, I'm like picking up product on the brush and putting it on my eyelid, but it just matches so well for a base for me. Alright. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to do some eyeliner. Like I said, she does like a very little wing. Like, it's not like anything crazy that we see in this day and age. So I'm honestly just like making a line, and then I'm just going to bring it out the curve of the eye. Just like that. Honestly, that that even might be a little too thick, but it's okay. Yeah, you see, very, very light, like not too crazy, not too extreme. Wait. Now I'm going to add a little mascara. She doesn't wear falsies or anything in the show, at least as far as I can tell. So I'm not gonna add any falsies or try to like make my eyes too overly dramatic or anything like that. I'm just trying to do the bare bones. Alright, for lips, I'm gonna take my Anastasia Sarafine. There probably is more like vibrant red lipsticks for this. I unfortunately don't have any with me right now, so we're just gonna work with what we got, right? And of course, setting spray. I don't know if they had setting spray in the 1960s. But... Okay, now that the face is done, we need to do like the hair. So I've been looking up a lot of pictures of Letitia in the show, and it seems like her hair is actually parted on her right side. In episode 3, she is seen writing, and I believe she's right-handed. I don't recall there being anything in there that she was left-handed. So, and her part was on the same side that she was writing on. So, right side. So this is my right side. So we're gonna part my hair on the right. Unfortunately, I do not have a cute curly bob like she does, and I'm not cutting my hair for a video. So instead, what I was thinking of doing is clipping my hair back, but in a way that it makes my hair shorter. I know that you can do this with pins. Unfortunately, I don't have any bobby pins on me, so we're just going to have to improvise, you know? Let's see if I can make this work. It's fine. So yeah, this is just a oversized shirt that I've kind of tied in the back in the scene that I'm trying to recreate. She is wearing a button-down shirt. Since I'm gonna get it bloody, I didn't want to like buy a brand new shirt for like $20 and stuff like that, and then to basically ruin it. So instead, I went to Kohl's. They have a sales rack, and so I found this shirt on the sales rack for like, you know, like $11 or whatever. And so this is a shirt that I got. It's just so big on me. So yeah, so you know, got my nails all red like she does in the series, and this is my. I look so much whiter than she does. I'm so mad, because she's just so gorgeous and beautiful in chocolate and caramel cream. So, but it's okay. It's cosplay, so that's how it works. So here is the final Letitia Lewis look from episode 2, sort of. Yeah. So originally when I was planning on doing this look, I was thinking about putting, so spoiler alert, if you haven't watched episode 2 and so you don't know how Letitia gets bloody, just stop now and go watch the episode and then come back. But if you have seen it, let's continue. Okay, we're good? All right. So in episode 2, Letitia is shot. And she actually ends up dying and is then brought back to life because of the freaky magic. I don't want to get too into it in case, because I don't know how far people have gotten. I don't even know how far the show has gotten because I'm filming this in September and this will be in October. So I originally thought of putting bullet holes or a bullet wound on my side. She gets shot on her in her left sort of abdomen. So that's where I was thinking about doing it. But then I got these from Party City, and I really wasn't happy with the way that they looked. And then I was like, do I really want to spend the time to do something that you can't even really see or tell if it's going to be under the shirt? So I decided to nix this plan and just go with recreating sort of blood scene for her. So in between the scene where she is shot versus the scene where she comes back to life, there is a little bit of a continuity issue, just basically where the blood drips. I'm not a film buff. I'm not going to go into like, oh, it should have been like this, it should have been like that. But, you know, it does exist, so I did want to mention it. This is Blood FX. This is a drying blood. So what's really good about this is that it drips when wet, but then it does dry down. So you don't have to worry about like getting blood all over the place or just dripping on forever. So when she gets shot, she starts bleeding from the mouth on both sides. So what I'm going to do is first take some of this makeup off, because by the time that she is resurrected, which is what I'm basing this look off of, her makeup is gone because she's been dead. So I'm giving you makeup. So basically, you want to get the lipstick off, but it's okay if there's like a little bit of residue or there's still some redness there, because the idea is that it kind of rubbed off as opposed to you took it off, if that makes sense. And so I'm just going to go back around and clean it up. And I'm even going to put some foundation on my lips to make it look a bit more like, you know, I've been dead and kind of dehydrated, that kind of look. You know, so it's okay if your foundation falls into like the cracks in your lips or anything, especially since you just took off lipstick, because you know you're supposed to look sort of undead. I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. And I'm also going over my cheeks with, this is just my beauty blender that I used to do my foundation like a minute ago, because you know, and Letitia normally has like really rosy cheeks, but she wouldn't have rosy cheeks because she just died. So this is where we are with that. So then I'm taking, this is Blood FX from Premium Hollywood. I just bought it off of Amazon, and I'm literally just going to go like this. Oh, look, it's dripping down my shirt. Good. That's the point. The point is to let it drip and see where it goes. So it just falls. So yeah, so she got real bloody in this. So then I'm also, some has already dripped on my blouse, as you guys can see, but I know for a fact that she gets a couple of drops kind of here and here along the shirt. So I'm really just kind of going to let that fall, you know, any way that it wants to. Take some, just let it marinate and drip down and kind of just soak the shirt. I'm going to put a bit more up here. It is hard not getting my hair and all of it, I'll admit that. I'm also going to take some. So since she got shot on her left side, I am going to kind of take some blood kind of in my fingers and just kind of smudge it there, since that is where she got shot. I love drying blood. It is my favorite. And the next thing that I'm going to do, and you know, you get dirty, because actually she ends up getting blood all over her hands, so don't be afraid to get a little messy with it. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe my hands off just so I can use the thing that I want to use. So this is magic blood powder from Graftopia, and what's really awesome about this blood powder is if you get it wet, it looks like blood splatter. So what I'm going to do is actually put this all on my neck and my décolleté. So the outfit that she is wearing, I just got some on my pants, it's okay. The outfit that she is wearing actually is, I'm just going to put whatever excess I have along the shirt, is a shirt obviously fitted to her. So there's not much neck showing, but you know, you got to work with what you got. So here we are. So I'm just putting that all over myself. Push my hair back for a second. You know, to be cute. And I'm just going to put any excess, I'm just going to rub it onto my shirt. And then you can take a spray water bottle. Unfortunately, I don't have any right now. Like, I couldn't find a spray water bottle anywhere. So I'm just going to take setting spray and just see how that works. So I'm just going to spread the blood out a little bit so that it looks more like it got all over me. You know? We just out here getting bloody. Because she really did get like super bloody, because she did kind of like bleed down and then onto her shirt and stuff. This is what the shirt looks like, which I think is awesome, because you know, the main character Atticus does try to save her and does try to like stop the bleeding, so like a lot of blood does get everywhere. I'm just gonna clean up my chin area a little bit, because I guess I don't want it to look like I got like stabbed. I want it to look like I was just bleeding everywhere, especially from my mouth. It's okay if this part dries a little bit, because it's not the scene that I'm trying to create. She's not freshly wounded. It's after the fact. So just going to clean that up a bit. And, you know, so it looks like it kind of like coughed down and ran down or whatever. Also, I have blood everywhere. It's great. In the TV show, she does get blood kind of all over her hands because she's like messing with it. So I'm going to put the FX blood on my hands, and then we'll be done. So yeah, just get. Ooh, try not to drop the blood. Yeah, just rub it in. can be a little faded and everything because it's supposed to be like old blood type situation. But yeah, the good thing about it is that it is drying blood, so it will dry down enough for you to, you know, make your way to get a paper towel or something. But I wouldn't trust it to like touch your phone or anything. But yeah. This is the final look. I'm gonna post some pictures. I took some pictures in the bathroom before I got myself really bloody. Basically to just kind of show or like kind of recreate the scene a little bit because she does, the scene I'm thinking of does take place in a bathroom. But yeah, this is the first Halloween look. There will be more. I am thinking about doing this whole idea of like doing like a glam look and then basically adding blood to myself to make it gory. But you know, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys are ready for a great spooky season, and I'll see you on the next one.
Empty space, and you are but